Hi everybody, it's Irene at Lifestyle Over 60. It's Oscar week this week in Los Angeles, and I thought it would be a really good time to look back at some of the most iconic Oscar gowns of all time. The Oscars are kind of like the Super Bowl of red carpet style. So we're going to be looking at some of the most famous Oscar looks of all time, and I'm going to tell you my own personal Oscar story coming up. I met fashion designer Mark Bauer many years ago. Mark designed this dress for Angelina Jolie when she presented at the Oscars, and she arrived kind of late and she kind of stole the show. The most beautiful Grecian gown, and she kind of put Mark on the fashion designer map. This is Mark and I together. He's like a brother, kind of, right? We look like brother, sister. Through Mark, I got invited to this particular pre-Oscar party. And, you know, with the Oscars, there is the ceremony, there's the one night, but there are parties and luncheons. In this case, this is me with Renee Taylor at a pre-Oscar gifting suite. There's all kinds of pre-Oscar activities going on in town right now. So I got to go to this pre-Oscar party, and he styled me for the party. And so Mark, at that time, had made the gown that Melissa Leo wore to the Academy Awards, and he had a suite at the Four Seasons in Beverly Hills, which is where the party was going to be held later. And he had all of his gowns and all of his accessories and everything in this big suite. And I got to go into this suite, and he chose a dress for me, and I put it on, and he loved it. And then he accessorized me, and I got to wear, as he's saying, all those bracelets and the earrings, and the dress were all Mark's. So the only thing I'm wearing of mine are the shoes. And it was just the most fun ever. I felt like Cinderella. You know, all of the clothes, of course, had to go back at midnight, actually the next day, but it was so much fun. And I watched him rolling up Melissa Leo's Oscar gown the day before. He was going to take it over to her to make sure it fit. So that's my Oscar story, and now we're going to be looking at some of the most famous women in the world and their most iconic Oscar styles. Here we go. Nicole Kidman. She always looks amazing. This is my favorite of all of her gowns. She'll wear all different designers. I believe the first was a Galliano, but she likes Valentino. She'll wear different designers. It's gorgeous. Helen Mirren, look at the Queen. She can wear this, and look like the Queen. But she tends to go all out with some of her fashions, and I just love her so much. Always tasteful, just beautiful. Halle Berry, remember when she won the Oscar in this gown? Just amazingly beautiful woman, and you know, she always dresses interesting and tasteful, in my opinion. Barbra Streisand. Barbara loves her beanies, and she loves sequins. Also tasteful. She'll take some chances, like, you know, this outfit when she won the Oscar was a little different, to say. Gina Davis, gorgeous woman. Sometimes she goes crazy with her style, sometimes very understated, but always fun. Like this look, really, really fun. Cher, we love Cher. She loves Bob Mackie. He's designed a lot of her pretty wild Oscar looks. And, you know, sometimes she goes conservative, but mostly she goes wild. Cher. Sharon Stone? Sharon got known for wearing just this really straight top. And I think she wore a Gap t-shirt under one of her Oscar looks. So she's taking interesting chances on the carpet. Susan Sarandon. Susan knows what to show. She is no stranger to showing her boobs. And she has great boobs and a great figure. So go to Susan Sarandon. Salma Hayek. Salma could wear a potato sack and look good, in my opinion, but she knows how to dress. And she's married to the head of Gucci, so I don't think that hurts either, but gorgeous Salma Hayek. Honorable mention, the Bjork swan dress, you can forget. Kim designed this dress herself to me, and then I'm not sure what that is. And Gwyneth. Well, that's it for this video. Which Oscar gown do you think was the most iconic of all time? Tell me in the comments below. And would you wear any of these looks? I'm curious to know. I would. I certainly would. Anyway, that's it. And take care and come and see me again really soon.